Hey folks, I just wanted to get a video up about this one since I don't see many people talking about it. As of April 6, YouTube announced that its YouTube partnership program will not serve ads on videos until a channel has reached 10,000 lifetime views here on YouTube. This is just as straightforward as it sounds. You just simply won't be able to monetize any of your videos until you've reached 10,000 views or more across all of the videos on your channel. Now, this one's going to be a bit different from my normal content. There's not going to be much of any research behind this because there isn't really much necessary, but I want to explain exactly what this means. If your channel is already monetized but under the 10,000 number, then this does mean that YouTube will no longer serve ads on your videos. At the same time, they say that they won't be doing anything to the revenue you've already earned up to this point, which is good because that's yours and you've earned it. It's also worth noting that this isn't a massive change. Assuming your channel were monetized since you were at 0 views like mine was, that's about a net loss of maybe $10 to $15 based on what I've seen with my own channel, so it really isn't all that bad. Now, the other more interesting thing mentioned here is that in a few weeks, YouTube will be adding a new review process your channel will need to go through once it does reach 10,000 views before it can join the YouTube partnership program. Now, to me, this raises a lot of questions. Will YouTube have people individually look at channels? And if they do, is it possible that YouTube may deny some channels over 10,000 views that don't break any community or advertiser-friendly guidelines? And a question that isn't going to be a huge thing for most channels, how long will it take to pass the review process once a channel does apply for it? Based on what kind of content someone makes and how frequently they upload, it is possible for someone to wind up losing a couple extra dollars on not being able to monetize their content if the review process takes anywhere from 2 weeks to a month. So that definitely is something to watch out for. If you're thinking about someone who's new on YouTube, that probably doesn't seem like something to take much concern for. However, if you have a situation where people's channels are being shut down and they have to make new ones, this could really be a death knell to a lot of people. Taking everything into consideration, this is definitely a good change on YouTube's part, and it'll definitely allow for them to stop certain kinds of videos like those that contain messages from terrorist groups or things like that from amassing too large of an audience while still being able to collect advertiser revenue. And most importantly for YouTube, it stops advertisers from having to worry about ads being shown on any channels until they can pass the review process. One of the things a lot of people had pointed out from the more recent media attacks on YouTube is that the hate speech channels that were singled out had hardly any views on them, and by extension little if any advertiser revenue to speak of. So I think the logic behind this is pretty easy to see. If you yourself are a content creator under the threshold, then you shouldn't really see this as a very large change. Like I said earlier, you won't be missing out on much of any ad revenue on your way up to 10,000 views, and generally most people won't be able to receive any money from their AdSense account until you hit 100,000 views in your lifetime, since you need to earn at least $100 to withdraw from it to begin with. So if you are in the 0 to 10,000 views range, then keep making the videos you make. Keep networking and working with channels that have larger reaches than yours, and remember to encourage your viewers to share the videos you make, and you'll be over the 10,000 view mark in no time. However, if you're a larger content creator, then you need to keep your eyes on this. The review process I mentioned earlier could be used to seriously restrict content creators in the future, and since there's absolutely no information on who will be doing the reviews or what the reviews will be looking at, we could potentially see a situation arise where someone who makes their living on ad revenue has their channel false flags into deletion, and then has no way of even starting over again. It might be a little tinfoil hat-ish to be thinking about this kind of thing right now, but since the month started, we've seen YouTube very dubiously blacklist certain keywords or content creators, so I don't think it's too large of a stretch to imagine a situation like this in the future. Now, if you watch this on my channel, then please don't forget to click on the notification bell down below to make sure you get all of my uploads as soon as they come out. And if you're watching this somewhere else on YouTube, then head on over to youtube.com/NearEDGE to check out more of my content. But regardless of where you saw this, do me a favor and share it around if this video was informative for you. Later.